you going?
To my job!
You have a job?
Why wouldn't I? I'm not some lazy, inconsiderate jerk who lays in bed all day.
Say, where can I get one of these jobs?
Oh, they're everywhere, especially if you're green and have 6 tentacles.
Thanks. I'm gonna go look for one so I can stop mooching off my friends and they can get back to their life.
Alright, hello Riven mains and Yasuo mains alike. I am the Nightwing, Way of Life Esports, coming at you guys with another League of Legends video. So for the podcast that is going to be recorded tonight, I have a few things I need to tell you guys that are part of the podcast group. First and foremost, the podcast applications are done. There is no more people to be accepted. Not because you guys were mean or you guys didn't qualify. Every person that messaged me up to the last person got accepted. No more people after this. I've got more than enough. I'm good. But the things we need to discuss in the podcast will be discussed basically off camera. But before we actually do it tonight, these are the people that got accepted, that messaged me, and they were really chill about it. Some wanted to be co-host, some wanted to just be on the podcast, have their opinions out there, which is fine. These are the people. You guys already know 2 of these people already because they've been on the podcast before. Hedgie, Lyle, Colin, Paul, Professor Xavier, Jared, Miru West, and Sean Jordan. If there's anybody else I didn't get to because my email gets kind of like cluttered with so many people always messaging me about League of Legends news, what news goes on in my main channel, let me know if I didn't get to you and we'll set something up for you. But other than that, this is the podcast group. Tonight, some of us will be in the podcast talking about, what's going to go on with it and how we want to do it. The main thing I want you guys to do, if you're in the podcast group, before, we actually do it tonight or, before next month, so we already kind of can have a idea of what our power rankings are going to be, is that I want us to already have our LCS 2020 spring power rankings done, because that's going to be really hard to do with like 8 people, but I love it because that could be like a 3-hour video, which I'm all down for personally. But yes, have your spring split power rankings ready because we're going to be doing that right after we get done with our introductions. So this is just what I want to say before I start the video, is that the podcast group is pretty much done. I have all the people I need to have. If I didn't get to you or didn't see your email, it wasn't because I ignored it. Just message me again and we'll see what happens. Obviously, just because I didn't see it doesn't mean I ignored it. I mean, I'm a very busy man. I got a job, I got bills, I got 2 YouTube channels, I go to the gym, I got a lot of stuff going on. So sometimes, I might not see everything. But this is what I need to know from you guys, is that I need you to access your schedule and figure out if you're gonna be my main cast. What I mean by that is, beside me, I want this similar to how they do the Dive and Euphoria. Similar to that. Not like we're gonna copy them, but understand what I'm gonna say. I'll explain it right now. So, do you guys know how the Dive has main casts like Kobbe, Azael, Jat, just stuff like that? So Kobbe, Jat, and Azael, just pretend that's the main cast right now, because it's been pretty much Kobbe and Azael for a little bit because Jat, he obviously just came back more recently. So I'm in the main cast, right? Okay, so I need 3 people that are going to be main people that are going to show up every single week no matter what, because I'm doing this every single week just like they do. Euphoria, Face Check, Hotline League, that happens every single week, so we can talk about various things that happen in the game. And I need to know if you're main. Now, the qualifications to being a main person means you're gonna have to watch more than one region. I watch all 4, okay? I actually even watch Garbage Oceania, but that's just because I'm a crackhead and I want more crack. So that's just how it happens. So if you're a main person, I'm gonna need you to actually be able, or if you have already, your qualifications to be a main person, you gotta watch more than one region. That's already fundamentally EU, LCK, and North America is fine. If you just want to be North America, and we'll have you on as like a special guest, whenever you choose to be, so you're not a main guy, that's fine. You can be on. But if you're gonna be a main guy, you're gonna have to be on pretty much every single week, because remember, this is a commitment. You're committing something, your opinions out there, you're committing something to my viewers, and I don't want my viewers disappointed that you're not there if they get to know you. It would be like if I just deleted this channel, people would miss me because they like the content that I'm producing, right? So that's what I'm trying to say. The main cast of people that I have, it's a commitment. I'm not gonna lie to you. No, I'm not sugarcoating anything. And obviously, this will all be discussed, when I get you guys in various podcast forums. Tonight, I'm gonna have around like 5 of you in there, and then whoever I don't have tonight, I'll actually have in the next podcast. So if you weren't a part of tonight's, don't be mad at me. It's okay. I'll just get you in the next one. It's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. All right, so what I also need you guys to have just for tonight and for the foreseeable future is Google Hangouts, because my Discord doesn't work. I don't know what's wrong with it. Maybe I need to reinstall it or uninstall it. I don't really know. Just have Google Hangouts. Shoot me up your emails in a DM. Just tell me what your email is so I can already have you guys in a group. That way we can get the group call going much later on during the day. Also, we need to set a day and time period in which everyone is available. We'll get that all sorted out. Tonight, I just want to have a decent chunk of people in there so I can kind of figure out how it's all going to work. And then whoever has not shown up or can't show up because obviously they can't tonight, is fine. It's fine. We'll get you in the next one. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And whoever I didn't get in there tonight, just DM me and be like, hey, I'm ready. We'll set up a day and we'll get you in there, because we really got to get this going sooner than later, because I want to have the newly revamped LOL podcast, the season 2, ready to go right when January starts. We'll do our LCS power rankings. So obviously, if I already did my power rankings in one podcast, then for the next podcast, maybe we'll obviously talk about something different like EU or LCK or China, whatever. But tonight, I'm just gonna go over it one more time, so I'm not gonna go crazy. We're gonna have a group of people, probably gonna be about 5. Whoever is not in there, it's fine. We'll get back to you. I'll get back to you the next day. We'll set up a time so the rest of the people can be in the podcast. You're not excluded because you're not in there tonight, obviously, because, I'm busy. Things happen. If I missed your email, please let me know. I'll work something out with you, okay? Then I need to know who's going to be my Jat, my Azael, and my Kobbe. I need to know this because I don't want the viewer seeing you, for 1 week and then you're gone. If you're going to be a main cast member, I need to know also how many more regions you watch. LEC and LCK is fine. If you don't watch LPL, that's fine. You can always get to watching it. I don't watch it live. I just watch it, in VOD form. I'll go on LOL Esports, the YouTube page, and I'll start just watching the games. Okay, so I need you to watch LEC and LCK to be a main cast, because you're going to have to be diverse. You're going to have to be diverse. That's just how a main cast person works. So that way, when we have an LCK episode, an LEC episode, you're not sitting there like just silent, cockeyed. No one wants that. No one wants to hear that. You know what I mean? So if you're going to be main cast, those are my requirements. Also, for people who want to be hosts, we could just take turns. There's no real person that has to be a host every single week. We could take turns. There's no reason for it. I'll do my fair share. You guys do our fair share. And I just want to make sure we get this out there so nobody gets confused. Nobody has any problems. Topics will be discussed tonight when we're talking during the video. Because obviously, there's so many things going on right now in League of Legends that, focusing on one topic really, really, really is not the focus right now. The focus right now is to just see who's going to be the main cast, who's going to be, part-time, and who knows more than one region, so we can figure out who's going to be in it. And we have to figure out a day and a set time for everybody who is comfortable with that so they can appear on. If you are just North America, that is perfectly fine. We can have you on as a guest whenever you feel like it. There's no problem with that. But I do need to know who is going to be a main person. I really do need to know that, because those are the people that, we're bouncing off podcast ideas. We're talking about, what episodes for next week we want to go over. We want to talk about what guests we're going to have on, all that stuff, because that's what I need main people for. Yes, we can have a group chat. My Discord for groups works. It's just that my Discord calls don't work. So also Google Hangouts tonight. Google Hangouts. I'll see if I can fix my Discord. If not, Google Hangouts will be the preferred way, okay? So if you guys have any questions, if you're in the podcast, message me on Facebook or Instagram or email me and tell me in my YouTube comment section below if you emailed me already. If I missed it, I'll work something out with you. All right, capiche? We got this. So the podcast group, Hedgie, Lyle, Colin, Paul, Professor Xavier, Jarrett Folk, Mira West, Sean Jordan. I got all you guys, right? I got all of you. Yeah, those are all. If I missed anyone, please just email me again and we'll work something out with you. The reason why I'm going over this specifically in every single point is because I don't want any confusion. I don't want anybody to feel like I just ignored you, because obviously I never do that. And I want to find out who's going to be my main cast and who's my most diverse cast, so we can bounce off ideas, talk about different points, have different episodes, because as much as I love our friendly North America, I don't want to specifically talk about North America when there's just better regions to talk about. You know what I mean? Like, that's not fair to people who watch EU and Korea and they don't get Korea or LEC episodes, because I like talking about EU actually a lot more than I like talking about North America, because it's just, I like talking about the better regions than our region, and that's what people can't understand. That's fine. But you can overall skip this part if you're not part of the podcast group. It's fine. Just skip over to when I start talking about the relevant stuff. But please let me know anything else that you guys want to do. And yeah, just wanted to make sure I got that fundamentally out of the way. All right, so welcome back, Pobelter. Team Liquid League of Legends roster update. So Pobelter's back. Whoa. Hold on. It's not recording. It's not showing you guys audio, because I just played it and it's not. So let me just come back really.
What? What the fuck?
Recording. All right, let's go.
The way it started out was like FlyQuest was saying, we're going to kind of explore all our options out there, so you should see what's out there too. So it's like, okay, that makes sense. And then it just kind of fizzled out, and I was like, well, shit. Everyone just is trying to do what they think is right and what will lead them to have the greatest chance of success. So, I just kind of have to deal with it, I guess. I've always been in the league from the start. I feel like I've always performed well. I feel like I deserve to be there. Maybe I overestimated myself, or maybe in a way it's a sort of wake-up call.
I get a text message from Eugene saying, hey, I don't think I'm going to be on a team in LCS. Like, I could go and play Academy. I'd want your advice. The advice that I gave him was, I don't think that you should play in Academy. I think you're way too good.
He was like, well, why don't you just come be an assistant coach for Team Liquid? I was like, oh, I never really thought of that. But sounds like a pretty good idea.
I ended up speaking with Kane and Dodo, and we came to the conclusion, like, he could be an amazing positional coach, right?
So I'm coming in to be a positional coach for the top half of the map, so top and mid. And I think it's a really good fit because I played with a lot of really strong top laners throughout my whole career. And mid, of course, I've played it professionally.
He's bilingual. He knows the game. He's respected by the mid laner and the top laner. He can go toe-to-toe with Kane, talk about the game, and be a backboard on one another to come up with the best strategies. It just made a lot of sense.
At the start, I was still kind of bummed out. I was like, man, I really want to be a player competing. Actually, I'm really looking forward to it now, just being back here in the AWTF. Everyone on the team seems really excited and positive and supportive that I'm coming on as an assistant coach, even though it probably doesn't seem like the most orthodox move. So that, in turn, has made me really excited and looking forward to just trying to make the team as best as it can be. It's what I want to do when I'm done being a pro player, so I can kind of get a taste of it, see what it's like, see if it's something I'm skilled at, see parts that I'm lacking at. Maybe it doesn't work out, and then I'm not a good coach, and maybe I should just stick to being a player. Maybe I'm really great at being a coach, and then that's great. That means after I'm done being a player, then I can transition into being a coach a lot more easily with this experience.
I feel like he's always been part of the TL family, and I just want to support that. Eugene is a great fit for Team Liquid. And I think vice versa.
I don't view it as a setback by any means, but just as a new opportunity to learn more from a different perspective alongside a championship caliber team.
Wow. Wow. Pobelter rejoins Liquid as a positional coach. So basically, my reaction to that is, it's good for him. It's good that he'll be in the scene. It's just also sad that he did get picked up by a team. I don't know why Evil Geniuses went with Jizuke, over Pobelter. And, there's so many other rosters in the league that could have needed a mid laner like him. And I just don't understand why they didn't choose him. He talked about a lot of orgs ghosting him. Like, man. It's a dog-eat-dog world out there. But glad he can be back on Liquid, and let's see where he goes from here. I'm really excited to see where his next career moves are going to take him. So, Kobbe has been talking and laying down some smack talk. Wink, wink. No, he doesn't actually smack talk. But, yeah, he's been talking about his moves to North America and talking about moving to TSM. And I wanted to, obviously, go over that with you guys. So, we'll see how that goes. All right, it's muted. So let's see what he actually has to say.
I'm moving to NA in start January, I think. I don't actually know when TSM are gonna do a coach reveal. No. Living with teammates versus alone. I tried both, and I think both have upsides and downsides. I think if you're generally younger players, or if you're really good friends, everyone, then a gaming house is fine. And if you have nothing else to do in life than play League, then that's best. But when you get older and some players start to have other interests as well, then it's just more stable, I think, to have an office with apartments. Best ADCs to play at the moment are Senna, Saya, Kaisa, I guess. I don't have a better answer, I'm just still testing a lot. Am I better than Doublelift? We will see. Gonna get thick in NA, yeah, for sure. That's my plan, to gain some weight. My favorite ADC champs, Saya, Kaisa. I can't really talk too much about the coach because, believe it or not, I don't actually know too much myself right now. I'm not entirely sure how it's gonna turn out. So, how hyped should the fans be about our roster? It's hard for me to tell you because we didn't play together yet, but I have high hopes myself. I'm sure we can do really well. Why didn't you stay in EU? Because I wanted to go to TSM, and there was no EU teams or opportunities that could match that. I think you're better than Doublelift. I guess you really want an answer, other than we will see. But I respect Doublelift, he's a really good player. But when I go into a game playing against whoever, then I'm always gonna think I'm better. Outside of the game it's a bit different. Well, I have never chosen an offer because of money, so people can think what they want. I really don't care about money. I know it sounds like a meme since I'm going to NA, but yeah. Do you believe you're among top 3 ADC in NA?
I hate ads. Why do ads exist? Good lord. Stupid freaking ads.
I think I can be. If I play well. If I got emotional leaving Splice. Oh shit. Not really sure how to answer that. Not really, I was pretty clear in my choice, but not that.
Woo!
Cautious as well. Yeah. I was pretty clear in my choice to leave, but of course it hits you kind of after that. I actually spent 4 years here and don't really want to take it for granted, right? So I mean, I'm mostly happy and excited where I'm going, but of course it's I don't really know how to explain it. I played that 4 years and it means something that kind of hits you after. Is he too young to retire in TSM? Yes. How could he do it? How could he retire in NA so young? Ruining his career. I don't know, guys. What do you think about the perception that I'm bad in lane? Well, I don't really mind too much what people say. I know my strengths and weaknesses, and it's not always... I mean, I'm not gonna say my biggest strength is laning, but I don't think I'm bad. I don't think that has really showed. At least not in recent times. And if I have been losing lane a lot, at some points, then there's usually been more factors to it than just me being supposedly bad in lane. But I don't really care too much. It's like people who focus on that and say, yeah, this guy's sick, he's so insane in lane, and this guy's so bad in lane, and they think it's like the only aspect of the game. And my theory has proven true a lot of times. You can lose lane to a lot of people and still just win the game by being better at other things. I mean, it depends a lot on what support you play with as well, and like figuring out how you want to play together. When I played with Mickey X, for example, he was really aggressive and really insane in lane, so that also pushed me to becoming better and playing more for that. And I mean, when I was playing with him, then we were kind of the best bot lane in EU. And sure, you can say most of that is Mickey, but if I was supposedly bad in lane, then that wouldn't really be the case. How do you deal when your support really trolls, or you just plan good, can't play good due to his actions? I mean, it's annoying for sure, but in solo queue you're kind of forced to adapt to your support if you want to win, because I mean, if you see he's good, then maybe you can win lane, but if you see he's not doing anything, just standing AFK, then I mean, you can't really do too much besides just doing the best you can at farming and surviving, which is always going to be better than trying to win. If like, don't get tilted and try to win because he's bad, because then you just lose harder. It's not really ideal for me to dash in unless you answer Q, like here. Oh wait, what? Am I griefing?
Hi. I better chime in for a little bit. So, alright, so he's talking about leaving Splice after he feels kind of, you know, not want to taking it for granted because he did spend so long on Splice to overall develop his career. And obviously, if you go to North America, you're not really planning on retiring, but it does kind of look that way because North America does spend a lot of money for their players. And I do understand what he was talking about. Like, people think like, oh, this guy's not a good laner, so he must suck. Like, that's just the people, when they make analysis about League of Legends, are actually just the worst when it comes to like Reddit and Facebook, because they don't really know laning is literally one single aspect about the game. So if just because you're bad at that doesn't mean you're bad at team fighting or how you cycle your abilities on your champions. So yeah, people always want to rate the highest laners so far up, and rightfully so, you probably should. But I think when you're looking at just everything that a player could have, possibly outside of laning, then there's other reasons why he can do a lot better than Doublelift. I don't really know if that's the aspect alone to really push him over the edge, because we're going to have to see him, you know, actually beat Doublelift. So it's all about a waiting game, you know? It's all a waiting game.
You'll get him at least, but...
What? The freak did I just see?
I guess not. Oh my... Oh, and we both missed the auto. I don't want to watch anymore. That's a yikes for me. I guess I am bad in lane, after all. I feel like it should be so that there when Brom lands the Q. But yeah, I kinda... I mean, Brom could go further, or like earlier, and I could have just fucking autoed earlier, so... It's really bad play. What do I think about Forgiven? Will he be top 3 AD LEC? No, I don't think so. Or... I mean, I don't think his team is gonna be top 3, but you never know. Maybe they surprise. But yeah, I think he's not gonna be the worst. He will probably... I mean, it's impossible to say, but he's probably still good. I think EU looks like it's G2, Fnatic, Origin are really strong, and I think Rogue can be good too. And after that, it's kind of a question I can't answer, where every team can be good or bad, basically. Or be good in like a year or something, but maybe not ready to compete for the top spot.
What is a VPN?
I really dislike ads. Why do ads exist? Ads should not be allowed to exist. Oh, yeah.
For your devices.
Shit. Did you ever watch LCS? Yeah. I mean, not really. I mostly watched EU since I was playing in EU, and NA was like the comedy show you put on Saturday night, Sunday night, but I'm just kidding. I watch a bit, like I watch the top teams. Team Liquid, TSM, C9, like I watch these teams play mostly, and not really the other matches. But it's kind of a fun comparison, because I think they were playing on Saturdays and Sundays. It was kind of the tradition on Sunday, go to the couch, get some food, and turn on your favorite show in ALCS. But that's gonna change. It's done being ARAM. I mean, I have no idea. I've just heard bad stuff about NA and them being bad, but I don't want to say too much before I actually play there, because I think the top teams, like, they're not bad. And it's not like EU is just insane region where, I mean, in EU there's some really bad teams too. And I think, well, it's like fair to say EU is stronger region, that a lot of people this year are overhyping EU and overrating them just because of one or two good teams performing like insanely well. Because like if you looked at the top teams from China and Korea, I'm pretty sure they would, or like even like middle tier teams, if you take mid tier EU versus mid tier China Korea, then pretty sure China Korea would have a really good chance as well. Have some advice for Grandmaster ADC trying to...
Yep, I do actually kind of agree with that too. Something that a lot of pros have actually said, when they go to scrim for Worlds or whatever international event they may go to, is that if it's during like the middle of like spring, you know how players like go to Korea and boot camp or whatever, those teams that scrim and boot camp, they get to play up against teams like, which we would consider bad from their region standpoint, like World Elite, Vici Gaming, you know, was it LNG Esports, stuff like that from China, or they'll scrim like the LCK teams that are considered bad, like Hanawa Life, Jin Air. Well, now they're relegated now, but and then you also have KT Rolster. Those bad teams, by their standards, what he's saying is that those teams are so much better than EU's middle tier teams, possibly top tier teams, and all of NA's bottom tier teams. Like, yeah, those Korean and Chinese teams that don't make Worlds, they're still incredibly strong. It's just that by Korean and Chinese standards, they're just not that good. But that doesn't mean that they're worse than the bottom tier teams in the other two regions. Now, people overhyping EU, it's really hard to say. Like, I don't like the word overrated or overhyped, because it's not fair to call something overrated and overhyped because of just certain things that follow where League of Legends actually flows into. But is EU overrated? I mean, it's such a hard thing to say, is something overrated when we know the outcome of what happened? Like, if you said EU is underrated and then they beat Korea this year, then how is EU overrated? Because they're coming in underrated by a lot of people's expectations. Like, it's just like when G2 won MSI. You know what I'm saying? People predicted G2 to win MSI, but then were confused when it happened. But you predicted G2 to win. I just don't understand where people's minds are. You know what I mean?
Go pro. Just keep practicing, keep playing, try to get better, and eventually you might get picked up by a team, or you start a team yourself. So yeah, you have to get kind of lucky as well, but what you do is just increase your chances of getting lucky, if that makes sense. Do you think your macro play will change or improve at all on TSM? As in the team or for myself? Because, I mean, it's really hard to say. I can probably learn some things from the other guys. I mean, my macro play is, I mean, I have an idea of how to play the game well, and if I have to adjust that or change to fit in better with the team, then I'll do that, obviously. And we just figure out the best way to play together. Have they told all the players we're coaches? And nope. Just trying so hard not to shit on TSM. I mean, it's just a weird question, like if my macro play will improve. Because macro play is typically not something with the individual to do. It's with how the whole team functions. As an ex-EU ADC, did you ever get beaten up by Broxa? Yeah, dude. I remember there was one time where he just, I don't know, appeared behind me and he just kicked me in the face for some reason. It was really not nice. Might have been undecent, might have been real life, who knows. Broxa's a nice guy. I really don't think he's
Oh my god, another ad!
Even if he's, you know...
Why do ads exist? Someone tell me, why does ads exist? Holy crap, why do ads exist?
TV shoots from certain.
No. Goes to the gym and is really big. Like, I really don't see him as a violent guy at all. He's like the most chill, nice guy. I think Zoe but is playable. I mean, if your name is Perks, then yeah. You seem like a nice guy. I mean, you banned now to this. Yeah. think anyone who plays against Nautilus once will ban it for the rest of his life after. His champion is so unbalanced, it's crazy. The other day I got 1v1'd by a support Nautilus. He did 1.4k damage to me
Holy
in
crap.
like 10 seconds from 10 different damage sources.
Wow. I'll leave a link to this also as well in the description box below, because that's only where I'm going to be able to get these people to talk in general. So, yeah, Kobbe on going to TSM and talking about the money in North America, and, you know, basically Broxa kind of kicked him in the face, or it might not have been Broxa, it could have been just a blind monk. Depends, obviously. But yeah, macro is not really a player thing. That's more or less so how the team wants to function, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, so let's go. Esports, what do they have for us today? Not a lot of news to go over. Phoenix role swaps to AD carry to join Dignitas' academy team. Phoenix announced that he will be switching to the bot lane. However, Phoenix will start the season on Dignitas' academy team. The 24-year-old said he'll likely try to gain experience while playing his new position at the academy level in hopes of working his way up to the LCS roster. Leveling up our Dignitas 2020 roster with another veteran. Welcome our second ADC, Phoenix. Phoenix stepped onto South Korea stage in 2013, where he joined Jin Air Falcons. 1 season later, he flew into the US to join Team Curse, then Team Liquid, to compete in the North American scene. He spent the 2019 season with Echo Fox on the academy team that placed 6th in the academy summer split. The 2020 season will be a challenge for Phoenix because he'll have to learn a new role, similar to what Caps did before his successful 2019 season with G2 Esports. But a role change is something that a few players have the skills to pull off at the professional level. But this wasn't Caps who did a role swap. This was Perks. Perks role swapped. Wasn't Caps. Whatever. Dignitas' 2020 LCS roster features Huni, Greg, Froggen, Johnson, and Afro Moo. So, yes, Phoenix is role swapping to AD carry for Dignitas' academy team for the LCS Spring 2020 split. And then the last bit of news is iBoy. iBoy, as you guys all remember him, iBoy is leaving Edward Gaming, might leave for Vici Gaming. Obviously, Vici Gaming is where Coma is planning on going. We know that Vici is really trying to get their some position in the LPL after pretty much placing bottom 2 for quite some time. iBoy was heard in a video uploaded by Vici Gaming on Chinese social media site Weibo today, leading LPL fans to speculate about his departure from Edward Gaming's League of Legends team. iBoy's voice was captured for just a few moments in the 23-second video, but his distinctive voice was easily recognizable according to comments on Weibo and Twitter. The star AD carry and winner of the 2016 LPL Summer Finals could have been merely visiting the VG headquarters for a friendly meeting, but fans believe otherwise. If iBoy's bit part appearance with VG does indicate his transfer to the team, though he'd be an interesting addition to the 5-man lineup. EDG had an underwhelming 2019 season, placing a disappointing 7th in the spring split and 5th in the summer. The teams lost 3-2 to Billy Gaming in the playoffs, dashed their hopes of advancing to Worlds. The team was previously a consistent force in the LPL, placing in the upper echelon of the league and securing their spot at Worlds on multiple occasions. This year was a blip on the radar for iBoy and EDG, though after they failed to counter the fast-paced team focus of Fun Plus Phoenix and the lane dominance of Invictus Gaming. VG, on the other hand, had an abysmal season, placing 15th in the league and winning just 2 series in the Red Robin, with the legendary T1 coach Coma joining for 2020. However, the next season could be an entirely different story for iBoy if he joins Vici Gaming. So, yeah, EDG just really haven't been good for a while, and seeing them struggle this year was actually really bad. Like, we know EDG as that old TSM, dominated the LPL, came in, dominated, for a while. You could kind of make their run in the LPL similar to that of G2. They already had prominent LPL teams before people knew that the LPL really existed. And then once EDG came in, they were kind of like the Cloud9, the G2, you know, the new boys on the block. They step in, they kind of clap everybody. They've, you know, go through their highest highs. They win an MSI. They go to Worlds multiple times. They, you know, really only ever placed top 8. They kind of just fall apart at Worlds. That was kind of more or less so because Clearlove is just a massive underperforming jungler, you know, at Worlds, but really was good domestically and then never really got it to translate at Worlds. So, you know, that always was a problem. So if you guys don't remember who iBoy Jukes Sedge alt. iBoy should be juking. Yeah, iBoy should be juking. Oh my god. Best of iBoy. Oh my god, the baby Uzi. What is wrong with people and their clickbait? So this should show it. If you guys don't remember who this is iBoy. I hate ads so much. Ads should be obliterated from existence, please.
I'm reality.
Braum combo with a cog mod, those passives can get popped really quickly. Braum assisting Sejuani and all 3 champions helping out with Braums. They're waiting to see if EDG return towards top side of the map.
No, there's no more Garden this time.
iBoy steps up.
Flash, what an instant flash! iBoy is an absolute monster! Turns around and says, I will take all of you on.
Mad team at 30 minutes. They chase EDG into their own base.
Bad team going deep in the paint, and they chase EDG all the way back. Oh, he's not done yet. Boom!
There's the flash! Oh boy! What was that?
该打分的话，应该是9.5分，因为他确实很厉害。我自己打分的话，应该也能9.5分。
不给我打9.5分吗？我觉得我的分比你的高。 为什么呢？因为我叫悠哉啊，
都叫我小悠哉，但是我就是我就是爱这里。
Just at the last moment to keep the Baron alive. But that might actually just be the whole game if they're able to push in time and stop Uzi from clearing out these waves.
Oh, Uzi, iBoy, he jumped into the base. Tick, tick, he's still alive. Oh no! He didn't stop, drop, and roll, and he'll die.
Been iBoy almost since debut.
iBoy has said in interviews he does what his team tells him to do. That is how much of a mechanical unit he is for EDG. If Mako or Clearlove say jump, he will jump before asking how high.
Well, look at the mini-map because Mountain's coming in from behind. Glacial Prison misses. You cannot miss that shot, Mountain. That's a double kill for iBoy. And Captain is surprised. Take it down. Here comes Clearlove. The flag, drag, triple kill. iBoy, you are amazing.
For Ray to defend the tower.
And now bottom lane, hold on though. They're going to turn this.
Yep, that was right through the goalpost, and Fury is now under attack. Mako has the great help, but that's going to have to be saved out right here. Oh, he comes back in and still gets the kill. What? You need to kill this man. Mako, he's still staying in. The flash forwards, it's not going to be enough. The 2v2 double kill.
I remember you most for the interview you did with Shox and Lexi at Worlds, where you didn't answer anything for about 10 seconds. Can you tell us what was going on through your mind?
iBoy, how is it that you're able to play with so much confidence on the world stage?
所以iBoy，你今年作为一个新人来到世界舞台上，你是怎么能够这么镇定，打到这么厉害呢？
因为当时我们是第1轮是3连跪之后，第2轮然后赢了之后，那一天都在想比赛的事，然后没有想到采访要说到什么，所以才会就是很久就是没有说出话。
For the inhibitors, RNG back to Baron.
They're playing a race on this one, and Clearlove still has a chance to take it. One over the wall, teleport in from EDG. Let me start off, he knows the teleport's coming in. Redemption, he jumps over the wall. Avalanche gets the steal.
Look at iBoy.
Stops the confirm from Clearlove. Let's go over the wall, trying to get these kills. iBoy, he sees the reset. 3 kills, was those 2 more. Managed to collect 1, that's a 3rd kill. Looking for the next. Uzi in his sights.
He sees that Quadra, and he won't chase it down. On the way, pings are coming out from EDG, but too little too late. Cancel that teleport, Darius.
Oh, he's not going to. They're going to fight.
They're going to try and fight for this one. Ornn throws out the ultimate. Clearlove already at half health. Big charge upon.
He's
no
dead.
ultimate for you, Clearlove. 777. Welcome back to the LPL. They're still going to try and fight this one. Mako diving into the backlines.
Look
First
at
Guardian
Eyeboy.
Angel popped onto Ray. Eyeboy, the machine, the robot.
He's still
the
going.
insane AD carry. Jumps forward. Gets one. Gets two. Mystic, the last man standing. How the hell have EDG done this? Mystic, the last man standing. Not enough.
What a great montage. What a great montage. But yes, see you guys later. Like, comment, subscribe. Most of all, enjoy. I'm the Nightwing, and Way of Life Esports is signing out.
Rev up those fryers, cause I am sure hungry for one. Help! Help! My leg!
Hi there guys, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more stuff.
Yeah, thank you.